Good morning. This is Joy News Desk. In the next 60 minutes, Communications Minister Sam George believes a targeted surgical security operation could win the Galamsey war, while expressing optimism ahead of the much-anticipated President's meeting with CEOs on Friday.
Galamsey remains the biggest existential threat to our nation. You can have targeted surgical operations led by our security forces, and I believe that we're on our way there.
We'll also show you a glimpse of the impact of the menace in a yet-to-be-aired documentary in some parts of the country.
Using this water when I'm menstruating is a bit difficult for me.
Also, Sam George has dismissed population myth in DSTV pricing debate as new packages take effect.
Before we got this intervention, Liberia was paying less than us. For those who make that uninformed argument that Nigeria's price is low simply because of the numbers of the population there, they're speaking from sentiment.
And in the northern region, Afaili students braved the wide Volta canoe crossings without life jackets to reach school in Nawani. We have details of that coming up.
Using the canoe to school is very scary. Some time ago, we witnessed a canoe capsize. People also drowned, so using it is very scary.
We also have business, and also NPP Bono Regional Chairman Kwame Abronye agrees to face the NPP's disciplinary committee, but insists proceedings must be broadcast live. With details of these coming up shortly, please stay. In our first story, the John Mahama administration is signaling a sharper approach in the fight against illegal mining, with Communications Minister Sam George hinting at targeted surgical operations by security services as a game changer. Speaking ahead of Friday's CEO's engagement with the president, Mr. George explained that the government is ready to put all its cards on the table to dismantle Galamsey. The meeting, which brings together 30 civil society organizations, also religious groups and industry players, is expected to chart a roadmap for a problem that has defied successive governments and continues to threaten water bodies, livelihoods, and the country's environmental future. Let's listen to these excerpts from PM Express last night.
President Mahama has been president for 9 months now. Do I wish I have seen more? Absolutely. I wish it's ended today. But in the 9 months, I can confidently say that I see a desire and a will to deal with Galamsey that didn't exist in the previous 8 years. I see a president who has asked the security services to investigate 2 of his own national executives on allegation of being involved in Galamsey. Meanwhile, under the previous president, you had a regional chairman talking to a minister saying that they must engage in Galamsey because party hiasika. And the president went to campaign for that individual in their party elections. You saw the tacit endorsement of the presidency then of party apparatchiks getting involved in Galamsey. Under President Mahama, I see a president who is willing to even hand over his own national executives for investigation. A lot more in terms of enforcement. We could move a bit faster. I believe that there could be a lot more. And again, I see the work, I see the briefs in cabinet that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resource brings, the joint briefs between himself and other sectoral ministers working towards this. In fact, it was one of such initiatives that led to the unfortunate incident of August 6th. I'm just saying that we don't need to rest on our oars. We don't need to say that because we've started very well, we would sit back. Ghanaians voted for us as a political party because they thought that we will do better and we should do better. And all I'm saying is let's not rest on our oars. Yes, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has started fantastically well. They're doing a lot of work, working under the auspices of His Excellency the President, but let's not relent. Let's go all out and win this war, if not for anything, in memory of the 8 gallant sons who died.
You support the state of emergency along the specific areas was hit by Galamsey water bodies, forest reserves?
Let me put it on record here. I have never spoken about a state of emergency.
No, I know. I'm just asking you an independent question of what has happened in the past.
And so for me, I believe that you can have targeted operations without necessarily declaring a state of emergency. People have gone on, Sam George said state of emergency. I have never, ever said called for a state of emergency. Others have, and they had their reasons too. And you can't fault them for that. I believe that our armed forces are well equipped and our security authorities are well equipped for us to launch out a full scale. Don't forget, I said, and I still stand by, that Galamsey remains the biggest existential threat to our nation, and that Galamsey is Ghana's version of Colombia's drug cartels.
That you've said before.
Yes, and I'm repeating it again.
And if you say that, you must then adopt a more radical, drastic approach.
And that's why I'm saying that.
And the ultimate is state of emergency.
No. That's why I've said that you can have targeted surgical operations led by our security forces. And I believe that we're on our way there. And I believe that the meeting on Friday at the presidency with CSOs will lay out all the options on the table and how we will get there as a country.
Meanwhile, Central Regional Minister Eko Penyin Iduamwa Otri says the fight against illegal mining is beginning to yield tangible results, citing visible improvements in water bodies following recent rainfall. He was speaking at a presentation of reservoir tanks to 5 districts hardest hit by water shortages. The minister revealed that the government's crackdown on the Kanka in Enum has achieved significant gains. This intervention follows Joy News' in-depth coverage of the worsening water situation across parts of the central region. There's more on the following report.
The halt in operations at the Kwenyako Water Treatment Center, triggered by illegal mining activities, plunged several districts into severe water crisis, with Gomwa East, Gomwa West, Gomwa Central, Aguna West and Ewutu Senya East being the hardest hit. In a bid to bring relief to residents in these areas, Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has donated 10 reservoir tanks to these hard-hit assemblies. At a brief ceremony to hand over the tanks to the MMDCs, Central Regional Minister Eko Penyin Iduamwa Otri explained that the intervention forms part of wider efforts by the Vice President to help mitigate the crisis.
As you are aware, we are trying hard to solve the water crisis. For about a month now, this enclave, this part of Central region has gone through a lot of, problem, and that has to do with water crisis. So while the assemblies are at it, making sure that they do boreholes and other things to ensure that our people get water, I gave information to the office of the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, who earlier during the election gave us 10 of such boreholes, and they are functioning very well. She wanted to know what she can do now that we find ourselves in this crisis. And so I told her about all that we needed, and she said, why not? If we have identified some boreholes that do not have reservoir, why not? We can do some maintenance and then put reservoirs on them, which is why we have these 10 tanks here, at least to support those areas that we do not have the tanks. And then we look at the way forward to do more of such boreholes. In fact, he also asked a contractor to identify sites and places that we can do more of the boreholes.
He also provided updates on ongoing measures to combat illegal mining in parts of these districts.
His Excellency President John Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, is intentional about the fight against Galamsey, for which reason I can tell you that those who are, creating that mess at Enum Apepem, which is why we are here, being flushed off the area. When the last rains came, we saw that the water is changing. We believe that we're going to sustain that activity to ensure that not only here, but other part of the country will be safe from those who are destroying our water bodies.
Expressing their appreciation for the tanks, The district chief executive for Gomwa East, Margaret Nana Akom, noted that the districts are scaling up efforts to address the water shortage and ensure residents have access to safe water.
The district is also doing its possible best to make sure this crisis will come down in the district. As we are speaking, we are using the drip machine, that's the district road improvement project machine, to support the various communities with some waters. And then when it comes to my district, that's Gomwa East, the fire service and the road contractors, they are doing massively well, supporting us with their machines and supplying the communities with a lot of water. So I'm much grateful to them as well.
From Gomwa East, Abigail Lisol Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
And thankfully, the Central Regional Minister is joining us on the phone lines. We're grateful for your time, Mr. Drama Ochre.
Thank you.
Great. We understand, as you said earlier in that report, that there's been some improvement in the water situation in the Central Region. When you say that, what do you really mean?
What I mean, thank you very much for the opportunity. I want to greet your cherished listeners and viewers. So what I mean is simple, that since we took data, but as we achieved our people that where would, the end right. And I extended my call as it said, fight.
Mr. Dom, I'll have to interject. It's difficult hearing you. Can you kindly reposition and speak to us?
Okay, very well. Is it better now?
I will manage with this.
Okay. Okay. So I'm saying that the situation is better because the actions we took earlier are yielding results, in the sense that we've been able to provide some boreholes, maintain others, and yesterday, as part of the effort, donate like it of the pipe, we did some water so that our
I seem to be losing you again. I think we'll have to establish a better line for you, and then we can speak to you.
Yeah, I actually told the producer that I'll be driving at the time, so stay with me if we're able to get a better line.
That will be fantastic. We'll work on that and get back to you kindly. Can you hear me now? We've lost him. But we'll try and get back to him, yes. Meanwhile, in a yet-to-be-aired documentary, Dear Mahama, Stop Galamsey, you see the terrible impact of the canker on residents in areas. Here's a teaser of what to expect.
I've been reluctant to implement a state of emergency in the Galamsey fight.
Central Region,
We've not exhausted the powers we even have.
Dear Mahama, while you hesitate,
pure water, 4, no they
Using this water when I'm menstruating is a bit difficult for me.
It's going to be an outbreak of cholera. And it has even started.
water treatment plants collapsing under heavy silt.
We must ban it. So we all drink. We all drink.
When Ghanaians have voted for me, I will take that responsibility.
Dear Mahama, the time has come to take responsibility.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
So, Mr. President.
President John Dramani Mahama.
Put a stop to illegal mining.
Dear Mahama, Stop Galamsey, a Joy News series coming soon.
You don't want to miss that interesting series coming up very soon. Well, we have got Mr. Autry back on the line. Mr. Autry, hopefully we can maintain a good line with you, but you are telling us the activities that has led to the improvement in the water situation in your area. Kindly, let's brush over that quickly.
Thanks so much. Can you hear me now? Are we together now?
We are together now, and I hope we can maintain this.
Thank you very much. I will do so. So I was saying that the problem is going down. We are having some solutions with the intervention of the borehole idea. What we did earlier was to ensure that we do more of the boreholes and then repair the existing ones. Yesterday, for instance, by the courtesy of the essence, the vice president, we gave some 10 tanks in order to support the various boreholes. And so it is better than the earlier stages, and that is my point.
And the Kwenyaku water treatment plant, is it time to open it once again, or you're not ready yet? Oh, we are not ready yet. Yeah, I told you earlier that those who are sourcing the main upstream from Enuma Apepem are no more there, and we do have security permanently there in the area. And so once they've destroyed that portion, definitely we'll continue going to the, down here. And we believe that in 2 or 3 months, even according to us, in less than 2 months, the treatment activities can start so that we can have our system back. And I'm interested to know this borehole you're venturing into, does it mean that water hasn't been infected or impacted by the Galamsey situation? You're talking about the borehole? Yes. Oh, yeah. So this is a borehole that are in the various communities. Many of them are existing ones. In fact, we abandoned them because of abundance of pipe-borne water. Because you go to some areas and you see a very clean water, and according to those contractors, they were the facilities that were serving the communities. But because of pipe-borne water, we were not taking good care of them. In Gumwa Central, for instance, we have about 16 of them which were, which needed repairs. And now that we've been able to bring them back to action, they are serving their purposes. And so they have not been contaminated. We have few instances where we may have to go forward to do some treatment for each usage in order to help people to drink it. That we'll have to do. But for other activities in the home, why not be able to do that? Specifically, what activities led to the improvement in the water situation in the area? So straight away, they hope that the Ayensu River is going to be clean very soon. We've also had few rains, that is, by nature, which help people to collect water in their various homes. And then the repairs of the boreholes that we've made. Individuals have also seen the need to also get the permit to drill some boreholes for their usage. People are not also doing what they need up because then they don't make stuff. What we say that now that we have to take. So it's out now. First and foremost, and we are managing our away. And so that is not considered the reduction of the height of the Echo Penny Edwama there giving us updates in the central. We're grateful for your time, sir, for the update there. And thank you very much. Yes. You're welcome. So moving on, Communications Minister Sam Anate George is also challenging the long-held belief that Ghana's DSTV subscription costs are linked to market size. On PM Express, again, he argued that population has no bearing on pricing, pointing out that smaller markets like Liberia paid less than Ghana, while countries with populations similar to ours like Angola paid around $30. His comments follow a breakthrough deal between government and MultiChoice Africa that takes effect today, promising Ghanaian subscribers 33 to 50% more value for their money, an offer he describes as unmatched.
It's not an issue of just market sizes. Because if it was an issue of market sizes, the analysis you did, you should check how much Liberia is paying. Liberia has a population of 5 million people. That's the population of Accra. Before we got this intervention, Liberia was paying less than us. Angola has a similar population to Ghana, it's about 33 million people. Angola was paying in the region of about $30. So for those who make that uninformed argument that Nigeria's price is low simply because of the numbers of the population there, then they haven't followed through. They're speaking from sentiment and what they have heard people say on social media. They're not speaking from fact. Because speaking from fact will tell you that population does not necessarily play a role in the pricing model that has been done. Because if population played a role, Liberia should not be charging less than Ghana.
Yeah, so that is what I wanted to understand. In Ghana, what is the pricing model? What are they using?
Well, and that's what I've repeated, that it would be unfair for me to go into the fine details. But if you look at what you have over there, I don't see Liberia there. But if you had put Liberia in there, Liberia was charges about $53 thereabout, you know, at the moment. But if you look at Angola, Angola is about the same population as Ghana, it's $24, you know. And then if you were even going to look at cost of living, Luanda and Accra. Luanda is the most expensive city in Accra, in Africa. When you look at the top 10 most expensive cities on the continent. So again, cost of living in Luanda is not that cheap, okay? Yet they pay $24. So when people don't understand the subject, they either get educated on it or they keep quiet.
Now to the Northern Region, students in the Afayili Community Kumpungu district of the Northern Region continue to face a dangerous daily travel to their school in Naoni. The journey becomes particularly threatening during the rainy season when they must cross the White Volta by canoe. Alarmingly, these young students make this river crossing without the safety of life jackets, exposing them to the dangers of the deep waters. Joy News recently captured these children navigating the risks to school.
Children from the Afayili are heading to school. Education is a lifeline, but getting to school is a risky journey for these ones. The canoe is the only way to cross, but it's a fragile vessel in a powerful river. The community has just one canoe that sometimes the children themselves have to ferry across. Speaking to Joy News, Swale Abdulbaki said they are scared having to cross each day to school.
Using the canoe to school is very scary. Some time ago, we witnessed a canoe capsize. People also drown, so using it is very scary. We sometimes have to ferry it ourselves to cross the river. The days it rains, the canoe will be shaking because of the strong wind.
Another student, Imoru Hikma, said they have encountered snakes in the water, which is sometimes very scary.
The canoe is leaking and the seats are not also in good shape, making it so scary. We witness snakes and other aquatic animals in the water.
The assembly member for the area, Abubakar Memunatu, said it's become difficult for parents to release their children to navigate these waters to school. And she appealed for help for the construction of a school block in the community.
We are appealing for government or any NGO who can help us about the canoe or 3 classroom blocks so that during the rainy season, the children will stay at Afayili and doing their schooling. Because sometimes if the flood comes, their parents don't want them to come to school because the water, they are afraid because the children are too small.
For these children, the only way they can have secured education is for their community to have their own school. But until that happens, they would continue to risk their lives each day. For Joy News, Martina Bugri reporting.
And Martina joins us on the lines for more on this. Martina, is this the only option that children have to go to school? Or there's another route to the school?
So for children who are in Afayili, this is the only option they have to come to the other side to attend school. If you cross and come, you either go to Nauni Primary School or you head to Dalon Primary School. But whatever it is, you must come through this route. You have to cross the water to be able to get to the other side to go to school. And so it's something that the community has complained severally. They have tried to speak to people to help at least get a school block for the community, but that hasn't happened yet. And so over the years, the children have had to travel through this route every time to school. And that's what they keep saying, that it's a dangerous voyage they have to take, especially during the rainy season. And in times that we have serious flooding, like in 2020, the students, I'm told, stopped going to school because they could not come at all. And this canoe that we are seeing in the water, it was a leaky one, and so the children would have to be collecting the water out of it whilst they move, and it makes it more even dangerous. So they are calling for help. They want somebody at least come in to help them. They talked of life jackets. They talked of fixing their canoe. For the meantime, I'm hoping that somebody will come through and help them with a school block.
All right. Martina, so we have the DC on the line with us, Alhaji Moro Yakubu. We're grateful for your time this morning on our desk. Is it a situation that there's no life jackets in the area, or it's not available to the children? Which one?
My attention has been drawn to that issue. We visited the place. You know, it's not a place we have people that, but it is a place that they start, so they are called now. So I said that I meant
Mr. Yakubu, unfortunately, the line is tripping. Could you reposition yourself so that we can hear you?
I'm in my office. You can understand the difficulties. The network challenges is everywhere.
Okay, great.
Can you get me?
Yes, this is much better.
Yeah. I'm saying that I've discussed with my MP. We've gone to see the people. We've visited the place. And I'm saying that, my MP, Professor Hamza Adam, he himself is an educationist. So we feel bad because they are blind. So we something. So when we have to give them a status for appeal so that do some challenge. Instead of just they have to go the risk that will have their own. So we are giving back to it.
Let's try this one more time. Do you have life jackets as we speak?
We are here to look for it. We are here to get them. We haven't supplied them that jacket. I don't want to pedal on truth. So we have not yet given them that jacket. But we are looking for that jacket.
How about the canoe? The canoe is also a leaky one. Is that the only canoe available in the area?
Sorry, come again?
The canoe the children travel in. I understand it's a leaky one. The water gets or seeps into the canoe when they're traveling over the river. Is it the only canoe available, or there are others?
Honestly speaking, they have not reported that one to me. I'm only aware that after the river, they are crossing to Nawone. But no one has reported to me that the canoe is leaking. And it is not the only canoe the way. Those fans, they are heavy fans. That they are canoe. They are only fans. They are those the used canoe. They are. But no one to me that I would have come out better what that.
Right. So how soon can you get life jackets and a canoe for these children so they don't risk their life like this?
Madam, I can tell you that we get life jacket, but the house soon, as for that one there, I can't tell you the house. It can be. But me like
who is supposed to get these life jackets?
Yes, I prepared them that jacket, but still how.
I'm losing you once again. Kindly position yourself for me. I'd like to know who is supposed to provide these life jackets to you.
Sorry?
I'm asking who is supposed to deliver these life jackets.
I'm telling you that as an assembly, it is our responsibility to see the welfare of the people. So we will provide, in consultation and discussion with my member of parliament, we will do just. But to how that because you know money is.
So if this is your responsibility, I mean, I'd like to know what is really the difficulty in getting it? Are there no funds?
Sorry?
What is the difficulty preventing you from getting it as soon as possible? Is it an issue of money?
You know that assembly money, you don't just get up and spend. There are a lot of processes you need to follow. The budget unit is there. Planning unit is there. FO is there. A lot of people are involved. And especially this time of the spending. This out, you don't like that. And you need some control. You need that so that fluid. It is not mine, but it's not mine. So I think that the next pilot. So I'll be having. We will see, Madam.
But you understand this is an emergency situation, so that nothing untoward happens to these children. Until then, I'm saying that you realize that this is an emergency situation. There's only one canoe, it's a leaky one, and the children have no life jackets. Tomorrow morning, they will still, board this canoe to school. We pray nothing bad happens. But in the light of these events, how quickly can you reach out to these and to your MP so that these children can be safe?
Maybe as we are speaking, my MP may also be hearing what we are. He may also be on live watching Joy. No, this is Joy, right? This is Joy TV.
This is Joy News, yes.
That maybe my MP will also watch. But tell you, I think what that. But people that I'm not, but I believe that will happen. But I believe it would maybe less than 1 month for professional. But I can't tell you that not my.
Kindly reposition yourself for me. I lost you there in the last bit. What did you say?
Oh, no, the network, you know. The network. Is it okay now?
No, it's not okay.
Sorry. Is it okay now?
It's better now. It's better now. So just tell me, when will you reach out to your MP? Then we know what you're doing.
Okay, madam. If you are asking of when, I will tell you as soon as possible. Because you are interested in the soon. I'm telling you that we will do it. The students are my students. They are my exams. So we will teach for them. So I will tell you.
All right. Thank you very much.
I am speaking along. We will and follow, make sure that we speak. So that they will spread that. So as some of you have some data, but we will do that.
All right. Thank you. And that's the Kumbungu DC Alhaji Imoro Yakubu speaking to us there about the leaky canoes and lack of life jackets at Kumbungu. Well, you're still watching Joy News Desk with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. We'll take a break and return with more.
Thanks for staying with us. It's time for business. I am Michelle Ejekum. Now, the head of Fintech at the Bank of Ghana, Kwame Opon, says the central bank is committed to ensuring transparent regulatory processes for emerging digital innovations across all sectors. He made the assurance at the Digital Asset Summit Africa.
The task before us is not simply to regulate, but to govern with vision. Regulatory frameworks might strike these balances that I mentioned, protecting the consumers, which is one of our principal mandates, while enabling innovation and securing financial stability, but also ensuring that we can have competitiveness and align ourselves with global standards while remaining responsive to local realities. Digital transformation in finance is irreversible. Africa has a narrow window to act decisively and strategically. If we succeed in building robust, harmonized, and forward-looking frameworks, digital assets can serve as a catalyst for financial inclusion, economic integration, and sustainable development. If we remain fragmented, or we delay, or are diffident in our capacity to address and confront this opportunity, the risk to our economies and our citizens will only multiply.
Now, the real estate agency Enterprise Properties has declared support for the newly established Ghana Real Estate Agency Council to implement regulatory frameworks to sanitize the real estate and housing sector. Now, this is part of the moves to ensure integrity and fairness among sector players. Speaking to Joy Business at the Real Estate Edge, an initiative by the Enterprise Properties and the University of Professional Studies Accra, General Manager of Enterprise Properties Limited, Kwejo Nini Owusu, expressed confidence that the council will double up with initiatives to strengthen the sector. Here is more.
Enterprise Properties Limited organized a Real Estate Edge in partnership with the University of Professional Studies Accra to engage students in the real estate and logistics sector about some happenings in the industry. According to General Manager of Enterprise Properties, Kwejo Nini Owusu, the sector has seen a lot of transformation in the few years as a result of many innovations. He noted that efforts are being made by the newly established Ghana Real Estate Agency Council to regulate the industry.
Yeah, I really would like the council to do that. And interestingly, we've also been engaging with the council very closely. And I know there's going to be a stakeholder engagement in the month of October because the council has also taken steps to start the registration. It's been on the table for a long time, you know. So for me to even have been able to submit my application a couple of weeks ago, it just shows that the council is ready to move ahead. So I just hope that the council will continue to do that process well and as quickly as possible.
He has also been speaking about the partnership to hold a forum in the school.
This gave us the opportunity to come and share some of our practical experience and knowledge so that they can then begin to also equip themselves to be able to get out there. So for example, the stuff I spoke about, professionalism, using technology, ethics, which is very key, integrity, all of those are things that, fun as much as you're going to talk about them in a lecture room, you might not necessarily get an opportunity for that to be discussed extensively. So this is where we fit in, coming to share our journey, our experience, our knowledge with them so they can help them to build a better future, especially as they go through, whether it's level 100, 200, 300, 400, as they go through their journey in the university.
Coordinator for the event, Sewa Bonsu is expecting the forum to equip students with industry trends and what stakeholders will expect from them as well.
Basically, this is a foundation of our partnership with EPO to bridge the gap. So our focus from now is that we want to bridge the gap between industry and academia. And the only way we can achieve that is when we partner with industry to come along and then pull the drive between industry and academia. So that's why we are partnering with APO to come and talk to us about what industry is expecting of the professionals that we are channeling out. So basically that is why we are partnering with APO for this.
But afterwards, is there any follow-up training, is there follow-up events or partnerships again so that these students, whatever knowledge that they get from here, can be put into good use?
So what we intend doing is that this is a seminar. So seminars and workshops is a way of telling the students this is what industry expects. So we will keep doing more of these seminars and workshops, serving as a platform where they can know what industry is expecting of them.
The forum was under the theme Driving Change, Equipping Tomorrow's Real Estate and Logistics Professionals for a Sustainable Future.
And that'll be all for business. I am Michelle Ejekum. For more business news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. We'll be right back.